Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Big Mike Talks, where today I'm going to be bringing to you my WrestleMania 40 predictions. I know I said I would do this tomorrow, but feel like doing it today because we now have what days each match are going to be on, but not when on the card they're going to be. So I'm going to give that my best guess, and I'm going to predict the winners. So, sit back, relax, and let's get into this one. And I think we're going to start with a big multi-man match. It is going to be the six-pack tag team ladder match for both the Raw and SmackDown tag team titles. Now, I say that because it was specified on Raw last night. Bit of a spoiler alert for Raw, that the only way to win is to take down both titles. So I think that means they're finally going to separate these titles and making them brand exclusive again instead of keeping them unified, which I think isn't a bad idea considering the amount of tag teams WWE employ right now. So, our participants, we got the reigning defending champions, the Judgment Day, that's Finn Balor and Damian Priest. We got DIY, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. Awesome Truth, The Miz and R-Truth, which is a very, very weird sentence that I'd never think I'd see again. The New Day, being represented by Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods. A-Town Down Under, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. Although there's talk of them being replaced by Pretty Deadly, so we'll see about that. And our final participants is the New Catch Republic, aka British Strong Style, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. And, this match has potential to steal the entire show. What I'm going to say is, I think the team that gets the Raw Tag Team titles, it's Awesome Truth. Mostly because it has been revealed R-Truth, in his time with the WWE, hasn't had a win at WrestleMania, which, honestly, why not give him a win? Especially with the tag titles. Now, for the SmackDown tag titles, I think ultimately we're going to see a breakup of Waller and Theory. So that just leaves us with Dunne and Bate, which I know they've had their shots in the past, but I think this is a nice little reward for them. And now we could get some more interesting stories with both sets of tag team titles. Next up, we got the Intercontinental title on the line as Gunther defends against Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn won a gauntlet match a couple weeks back, beating fan favorite Chad Gable. Although now Chad Gable is like training Sami Zayn. Another little spoiler alert for Raw. If this was Chad Gable, I'd say he'd probably get the win. But no offense to Sami Zayn, I think this is going to continue Gunther's reign, at least for a little bit. Match is going to be fire, though. There's no doubt in my mind. Next up, we got this recently added match, as it's a 6-person tag match, as Bianca Belair teams up with Naomi and the recently signed to SmackDown Jade Cargill, as they take on the almost full might of Damage Control. That's Dakota Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. So, no women's tag titles on the line for WrestleMania. Instead, we get this match, and this is going to be the Jade Cargill show. I'm sorry to say, there's no chance Damage Control is going to get a win here. I think Jade wins, and then maybe in the future we see her and Naomi team up to get the tag titles, which I think could be fun. Alright, there's that. Next up, we got brother versus brother, Uso versus Uso. We got Jay taking on Jimmy. And honestly, this has kind of been the coldest match in the build-up to WrestleMania. They did tease it a little bit at the Royal Rumble and some other odd places here and there. This has been a weird build for this matchup. But I know a lot of people have Jay going over, but I think Jimmy, with a little help from Solo and maybe Dwayne, get the win here. And then maybe we see a second match between these two somewhere down the line. Next up, we got the tag team match, playa, as it's the Latino World Order. That's Rey Mysterio and new member Dragon Lee take on Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Rey and Dom had their WrestleMania match last year. It was very, very good. I'm surprised this was kind of just shoved in here. I would have thought we'd see the full Latino World Order versus Legado del Fantasma. But I think this is going to be a nice little showcase match for all around. And I think Escobar and Dominic Mysterio are going to get a win here. And maybe we'll see Dragon Lee feud with Santos Escobar for a little while. And this is our Night 1 semi-main event, as we got Becky Lynch taking on the World Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, with the title on the line. And honestly, I know I love Becky. I saw her win her WrestleMania main event at 35. But Rhea has just been so dominant and just so good. I think she's going to retain, and she's going to be champ for a little while longer at least. And finalamo for night numero uno. We got our main event of the evening, and it's a tag team match, playa, as the Bloodline, that's The Rock, teaming up with his cousin, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns, take on Roman's Night 2 challenger, Cody Rhodes, and the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Now, here's the stipulation for this. If Cody and Rollins win, then the Bloodline will be banned from the main event of Night 2. But if the Bloodline win, it's Bloodline rules, which we did get a bit of a preview of that on Raw. It does seem like it's just going to be a no DQ, which probably means tons of Bloodline involvement, maybe with some older Bloodline members. I don't know. Here's how I kind of see this going. I think the Bloodline is going to win this, and then post-match, they're all going to join in a big old beatdown and maybe re-injure Seth. I'll get to that for Night 2. So, yeah, I think Bloodline win. We're going to have Bloodline rules for the main event of Night 2. So, that was Night 1. We now move right into Night 2. And I think we start off with the WWE World Heavyweight title match. And I think we're going to see like a 6-second match. And hear me out. I think we're going to see Seth selling his injuries. I think he's going to limp to the ring. He's going to be taped up in his ribs. Maybe he'll have some headgear on or something. He's going to get in the ring. Bell's going to ring. Claymore kick. 1, 2, 3. Winner. New World Heavyweight Champion. Drew McIntyre. I think Drew more than earns this moment. And, yeah, I think this will give Seth a little bit more time to heal up, because he's definitely not 100%. And I also think maybe we do a cash-in. I don't know. We'll see. Next up, we got 6-man South Philly street fight as the Pride, that's Bobby Lashley, Angelo Dawkins, and Montez Ford, take on the Final Testament of Karrion Kross and Akam and Razor. And you know both managers are going to get involved in this. So this is going to be an absolute fight. And honestly, I think the Pride are going to get the win here. No offense to Kross, Akam, and Razor, but they're just not that interesting. So I think I'm going to give it to the Pride. And then hopefully this is our start for a push for not only Lashley, but also for Montez Ford. Next match up, we got a triple threat for the United States title, as it's Logan Paul defending against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. And with Orton and Owens, they've pretty much been beating down Logan Paul 2-on-1 for the last couple weeks now. So I think we're going to eventually see Orton and Owens turn on one another. They're finally going to fight. And I think Logan Paul is going to take advantage of that. Going to hit a couple of KO punches on him. And pin, I'm going to say Kevin Owens for the 1-2-3. Setting up a future title match with Randy Orton 1-on-1. Which I think would be nice. Next up, a bit of an oddball match, as it's LA Knight versus AJ Styles. Now, they definitely upped the build for this match over the past couple of weeks, including a home invasion, which we haven't seen that in a long time. But I feel like Knight deserves a little bit of a bigger match on the biggest stage. No offense to Styles. Styles is legitimately still one of my favorite wrestlers. But his importance in WWE has definitely diminished a little bit. So I'm going to think LA Knight picks up the win here. He keeps his momentum going. Maybe into a US title match. I guess we'll see in the future. We then go to our semi-main event of the evening, and it's for the WWE Women's title, as Io Sky defends against Bayley. And honestly, if you're just focused on all the bloodline stuff, the Damage Control turning on Bayley story has been just as good. Maybe even a little bit better, at least to me. And the build for this has been great. And with the rest of the Damage Control being taken out by Jade, Bianca, and Naomi the night before, I think this is going to be a true one-on-one. And I think Bayley is going to get her WrestleMania moment. She's going to win the women's title. Maybe we see a rematch down the line. I would not mind that. And then, oh boy, we got our main event, as it's the WWE Undisputed Universal title on the line as Roman Reigns defends against Cody Rhodes in what I predict will be Bloodline Rules match. And what I picture in Bloodline Rules is that we're going to see a member of the Bloodline in every, ringside, every ringside role available. Announced at the announce table, timekeeper, Solo as the enforcer. I see The Rock as the special guest ref. Maybe some other older Bloodline members can come in, like maybe Rikishi's there. I know Alpha's sick, so maybe he doesn't come. Maybe Sika. I don't know who else is alive. And heck, maybe we see some new Bloodline members. Tama Tonga is a free agent. Even though he's technically not blood, Roman considers him blood. Because he and their fathers have had interactions. Maybe we see Jacob Fatu, Lance Anoa'i. And here's what I'm going to picture. I'm going to picture absolute chaos. Because I think we're going to see the Bloodline. They're going to surround the ring. It looks like they're all going to get involved. Then out comes the Cody Vengers. We're going to get Jey Uso. We're going to get Sami Zayn. We're going to get maybe Seth Rollins. I picture him in the hospital, healing from his injuries, maybe trying to get out there. I think we're also going to get Kevin Owens. We're going to get Randy Orton. We're going to get Rey Mysterio. And then, just as it looks like The Rock is about to hit Cody Rhodes with a rock bottom, we're going to hear the glass shatter into one of the biggest pops you'll hear of the night, as it's old Stone Cold. He's going to get in there. He's going to give The Rock a stunner. Crossroads to Roman Reigns for the 1, 2, 3. And your winner, finishing his story, the new Universal Champion, Cody Rhodes. And yes, I know I predicted that last year, and it did not happen. I think this is the WrestleMania to do it. The 40th WrestleMania, the biggest stage you could ever see. I think it's going down. And I pray to the gods it does. Because Philly, if you remember the last time Roman won in Philly, they did not like it very much. That was Royal Rumble 2018, I think. God, that was a weird time. And also The Rock was involved in that too. So we're kind of going full circle in this story a little. So, yeah, that'll be it for me. I hope you all enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. And overall, let me know your predictions for WrestleMania this year, because I'm pretty hyped. I hope you guys are too. And until next time, happy wrestling, everybody. Peace.